Hey, we're coming on after the drive through, so it's only right I'm with the pig dogs and I'm driving through. UFC 286 right around the corner. Mills right here. Let's go ahead and give him that timestamp, man. It's like 4 o'clock right now, California time. How you doing, Brad? Where you at? What's your timestamp?
Yeah, man, out here in Denver, 5:14 over here. You know, it's St. Patrick's Day. It's March Madness. I love this time of year as a college basketball fan. Well, who you got winning it all? Do you have a pick there that you could give the people?
Man, I'll be honest. I didn't fill out my bracket or anything like that.
Hmm.
Think it's gonna come down to Alabama. If you ask me, I like my K State to get the Sweet 16, even like to creep up in that little Final Four. Know, make some noise. But yeah, man, when it comes to this year, it, it's tough, man. Baylor's many favorites got eliminated in day one already. I mean, Arizona already, is already out.
Yeah, you're lagging there again, Mills.
Who do you like?
Well, yeah, we may get some lag here from Mills, but
Take
we had a good understanding of
you
what you
just take
said.
over. Just take
Yeah,
over.
I'll just take over. I mean, you
Yeah.
asked me who I like. I mean, I feel Bama. I mean, I feel like that's the easy play there. Long shots, though. I think this Memphis team is really solid. They got a tough game against FAU tonight. I do like Kansas State as well. They've been a moneymaker for me all season. So there's a lot of good games here. But yeah, man, this is a UFC show though, and we got a big pay-per-view card. I feel like this card is going a little under the radar with all the sports going on, but I mean, we got the trilogy between Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman, and a bunch of other good fights as well. So, it's a Friday show. I know these people. It's St. Patrick's Day. People probably want to get out there and get in action. So let's just get this thing going right away, man. Starting off with the main card, man. We got Marvin Vittori versus Ramon Daladiz. Good fight right here. Just looking at the odds, we got Marvin Vittori coming in as a minus 270 favorite right now, and Daladiz as a plus 220 underdog. I think your signal's better, Mills. Did you got to play on this one?
Man, how we doing? We good?
Yeah, you good. You good. I'll let you know if you're not good, but you're good right now.
Okay, perfect, man. So Marvin Vittori opened up minus 270 favorite on there, facing Roman Dolidze. Comeback on him's like plus 200. Roman Dolidze is on a finishing tour right now. What do you mean? He's finishing all his opponents. That's what I mean, man. He just beat Jack Hermanson on short notice. He's one of those guys to where I think right now I like the dog in this fight, man. I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. I ain't got time for that. Marvin Vittori switched his camps, doesn't train at King's MMA no more as much. Now he's over there at Extreme Couture. I do expect to see a way better fighter with him training with Coach Eric over there. He's doing wonders on fighters. So I do expect to see a better Marvin Vittori. But to me, a safe play would probably be the over in this fight, over 2.5. If it stays on the feet, Vittori's going to look nice, going to look like a minus 300 favorite, minus 400 favorite. But I think Roman Dolidze is going to be able to get him to that ground and finish him. Marvin Vittori hasn't been finished in too many fights, but I think this is that one, man, to where he might get finished on Saturday night.
Hey, nah, I mean, I feel you, man. Roman on a 4-fight winning streak. His last three fights he won were by KO. So, like you said, the dude is hot right now. But I think Vittori knows his game plan here, man. He's gonna have to try to clinch Daladiz, not get caught in the pocket, and I think he knows that. I do like Vittori in this one, and I do like it being a decision. I think Vittori's just gonna fight a smart fight. To get him via decision, you get that at minus 130. But Roman Daladiz, he's a scary guy. So I totally understand where you're coming from there. But yeah, give me Vittori here. I just think he's the more sound fighter. I don't think Daladiz is ready for this type of competition. So we'll see what's good with that one. Moving on though, we got Jennifer Maya versus Casey O'Neill. Jennifer Maya coming into this one as a plus 150 underdog. Casey O'Neill coming into this one as a minus 175 favorite. Who are you feeling on this one?
So you guys like this, man. When it comes to women's MMA, it's not a lot of women out there that got that switch. And that switch is a killer instinct. And that's Casey O'Neill right here. She's the real deal, man. She's just what it is, man. She's a savage at when she's in the ring. I mean, she calls herself king. How many women you know call themselves king? It's not just that. When she's in there, she backs up what she's doing in the cage. On a 1 year layoff, though, coming back from a knee surgery. She was supposed to be facing Jessica I, but she had to take some time off because she got injured. So this whole year she's been off. She's been working on her hands, working on her striking. The one thing that they said about her weakness is, she needs to work on her striking. Guess what? She's been doing that, looking great in the gym at that, putting on more muscle too, working on the kicks, working on everything overall. So I think we're gonna see an overall improved fighter when we see her this Saturday. She's taking on a tough fight though, man. Jennifer Maya's no joke. She's what they call a gatekeeper in the division. She's coming off a win in her last fight. I forgot who it was against, but I know I faded her on her last fight, and she proved me wrong. But she has decent boxing. Jennifer Maya does. I hear a lot of people out there saying, this is the fight that they wouldn't want to bet on, or that they can see an underdog barking on. How you feel about this one, Brad?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is a good one. Like you said, Casey O'Neill coming off that long layup, but I think this girl is the truth, and I think she's a definitely for sure a contender. But that knee injury, who knows? They got that prime. I see you. How is that? That energy drink, is it good?
Awesome.
Is it good?
Yeah, awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to try that out. But yeah, like I was saying, it'll be interesting to see how she comes off of the layoff. But I think she's gonna get this win. I like her as a parlay piece. A pick I do like in this one is either fighter wins by submission at plus 500. Casey O'Neill has good ground game, so I think this is gonna hit the mat. And Jennifer Maya has really good jiu-jitsu. So Jennifer Maya has the jiu-jitsu advantage, but Casey O'Neill has the wrestling advantage. So I think either of these fighters could get submitted. So that's a nice little prop play I like there. Do you have this going over? You think this is a decision, or what you
That's
feeling?
that's exactly what I was about to get to. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I get it, the value, the plus 500. So that doesn't insinuate that you think this fight's gonna finish. That's just a good, great prop bet. For
Mm-hmm.
both these women to finish. I was gonna ask, do you know what the fight is to go the distance?
Yeah, if I go
I
to
would I would
decision,
think. Uh huh.
yeah, minus 180. Little juice. Yeah.
Um, I would lean with fight going the distance.
Yep.
The safest bet out of this fight would be fight goes the distance. Um, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I already spoke too much on this one. But
No, I
yeah,
feel you.
man. I
Okay.
like fight goes the distance.
All right, I feel that. Yeah, that should be a good one though. I mean, like I said, I like Casey O'Neill. I'm glad that she's back. But moving on, we got a fun one here. Gunnar Nielsen versus Brian Barberena. Interesting matchup when it comes to styles. Who are you feeling on this? Or actually, let me go through the odds real quick. We got Gunnar Nielsen a minus 370 favor here, and Brian Barberena a plus 290 dog. You got anything on this one?
Yeah, so Gunnar Nelson, money's coming in on Barberena. He was all the way up to like a minus 410, minus 415 all throughout the week. I think he dropped down to like that minus 375 like on Tuesday or whatever. But yeah, before that, heavy parlay piece. Everybody thinks he's just gonna go out there and submit him, take him down, piece him up. Probably the way it's gonna play out, if you ask me. I do think Gunnar Nelson is a good parlay piece. Brian Barberena, though, anytime he goes in there and fights, you just love to see what he brings in that cage. Few dogs are gonna be live. If this goes to the decision, maybe Barberena is live. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if this goes the distance, maybe Brian Barberena can definitely win round one. Yeah, let me play a scenario real quick, man. Yeah, man. Brian Barberena has been live, bro. I made money with him. Not his last fight, the fight before that against Lawler, I want to say. I think. And he's just now getting all the accolades of his career. He's just now getting to the press conferences and stuff. And what that does for a fighter is it gives them a different confidence that they never had. So I can see Brian Barberena going out there and winning round one. Gunnar Nelson switching up his game plan in round two. And then who knows what happens in round three. So if you ask me, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Brian Barberena is a live dog in this one, and
Mm-hmm.
Brian Barberena wins by decision. Shit, if you playing plus 500 for that Casey O'Neill fight to win in the submission, give me this one, Brian Barberena to win by decision, man. If it's some good plus money, I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle a little bit on that because I just talked my way into a way I can envision this fight playing out. And if it plays out like that and I didn't bet it, I'll be saying I regret it. And you know my saying, bet it, don't regret it. So I'm gonna be going that way in this one.
There you go. I mean, Brian Barberena by decision plus 900. That ain't bad. I may
Right,
sprinkle on that too, because
right, right.
he doesn't
Cause
have like that finishing power. He just has that tap 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 like that volume guy. And yeah, if he's
and
able to
and
last the whole fight and out volume him, I mean that's not a bad play.
And Gunnar Nelson, sometimes he goes around. He has that karate stance, that Wonder Boy Thompson stance. So you can maybe lose a round or two if Brian Barberena is clinching you up, outstriking you when he can, going for a little bit of more takedowns. So yeah, especially in round one. All right, man. Brian Barberena is flying all the way out to London to go out there and like look horrible in round one, right? So he's gonna be giving it his all in round one. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle that one though. Ain't gonna waste the people's too much time though. But if you ask me, who can lose the parlay out of all these big chalky favorites? I think that's one that might slip away if it gets to that scorecard.
Yep, no, I definitely feel you on that. I'm not laying any money on Gunnar Nelson minus 370. I just think that's kind of ridiculous personally. But I mean, he is dangerous. He has those submission skills. If he gets Brian Barberena on the ground, it could get ugly. We saw Brian Barberena get submitted by RDA in his last fight, which is just something to hang your head on. RDA is an absolute animal, but yeah, I mean, like I'm leaning Gunnar Nelson, gun in my head, but Brian Barberena is definitely a live dog, and with these odds, is not a bad play. So if you are going to go Gunnar Nelson, don't take him money line. Take him by sub plus 100. That's what I would do. So yeah, man, I love Mills' pick with Brian Barberena via decision. If you are leaning Gunnar, I would take him by sub. So that's my analysis there. Should be an interesting fight. I just think it's a interesting stylistic matchup there.
I love round three to start. It's probably gonna be like at plus 115, I would say. If I don't know, that's crazy if I could get it right. I would say plus 115 or yeah, something around that, or a little bit lower,
Minus
plus one.
102.
Got it. Okay, I was gonna say
Yeah,
plus 105. Got it. But
that's not
I
bad though.
I like that. Yeah, I like that, and that's one of those fights to where, like I said, like I don't think Gunnar Nelson's just gonna get him out there in round one. If he does, it's gonna be okay. Damn, he was as advertised. But yeah, I kind of like that too a little bit.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Moving on to the co-main event, man. We got a good one right here. Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. I mean, I feel like this is like the people's main event. You're going to see an absolute war here. What's your breakdown on this?
Man, so you got Rafael Fiziev, opened up a minus 235, minus 240 favorite. Came down to like a minus 210 as the week started. But let me go back to how he actually opened up. He opened up like a plus 120, plus 125 underdog out there. Some people snatched him out there. I don't know who that is, but shout outs to them. But yeah, so he opened up all the way to a plus 120, all the way closed at a minus 230, minus 240 right now. Wow, the disrespect on Justin Gaethje, right? Human highlight. That's how he goes out there and fights. I like Fiziev in this spot. I like him as a solid parlay piece, man.
Good.
Yeah, I really like Fiziev in this fight a lot, a lot. So the way that he strikes, man. He's the striking coach for I forgot who it is. It's the Tiger Strike. Yeah, it's the striking gym out there where everybody goes out there and train.
Tiger
I'm
Muay
just
Thai.
grab Tiger Muay. There you go. He's the striking coach out there. Moved out there. Has been the striking coach out there for the last 4 or 5 years. Um, he's just what it is, man. Like if you want to see mixed martial arts at a high level, you want to watch a Rafael Fiziev fight. He's mixing it all up too. Seen him in the embedded series talking about, hey, I'm not just gonna be out there trying to strike. I'm gonna be out there mixing up the wrestling, mixing up the takedowns too. It's only a 3-round fight. I love Fiziev in this fight, man.
Nice. Okay. I mean, look, Fiziev looks like a true prospect. The dude's nasty. But man, I like Justin Gaethje as a dog in this one. I've always been a Justin Gaethje guy living out in Colorado. I got a rep, so I may be a little bit of a homer, but I mean, this is just going to be a wild fight, and I could see either of these guys knocking each other out. I mean, it's going to be an absolute barn burner, and to get Justin Gaethje at plus 190 is just too hard for me to pass up, honestly. This is the type of matchup Justin Gaethje thrives in. I could see it being like the Michael Chandler fight where these guys are just going to absolute war. But I could also see Fiziev just outclassing him just when it comes to like just better skills and technique. So this is a tough fight for me to pick, but I think take the underdog here personally. I guess Gaethje catching him with the uppercut, knocking him down, and finishing him off. So pause. But yeah, so give me Justin Gaethje here.
Am I good or am I choppy?
You're good right now. You're all good.
All right, so look, all right, if Justin Gaethje's the win, this is the game plan he has to follow. The same game plan that he followed when he fought Tony Ferguson. He was crisp. He was throwing everything out the pocket, everything technique. He wasn't throwing wildly. Watch the old Tony Ferguson fight and the way that he broke him down and fought and stroking there. If he goes out there and strikes like that, he's gonna have a chance, because he's gonna have that volume to match him. But if he goes out there and fights the Justin Gaethje fights of all, the dude's getting put out. Like Fiziev is that guy. Like he everybody in his camp that he trains with fights like Justin Gaethje. Like like he's out there training and coaching all those fighters. Like he's seen that before. He knows how to strike you at your strongest moment. You know how to counter off that. He's teaching that. So like yeah, man. The way that Justin Gaethje needs to win, go out there and listen to your coach, Trevor Whitman. Be on point. Bite down on your mouthpiece, but keep your hands up high. That's the main thing. Like if he goes out there and just goes and gives them that brawl, the co-main event that the people want, it ain't gonna be the results that we want for him. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm not mad at you though. I'm not mad at anybody betting on Justin Gaethje as an underdog in this fight. I give him a way better shot in this fight than Charles Oliveira. I think when he fought Charles Oliveira, I was like, bro, y'all just throwing away money. Like, stuff like that. And they're like, oh no, but the price tag and stuff like that. But this fight, I would say, it's striker versus striker. So we're gonna be in for a great fight.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good way to look at it. I mean, that Tony Ferguson fight. I mean, he was technically sound and looked the best he's ever looked. So, no, I feel you there. Question: Fiziev, if he wins this fight, I mean, well, what's next? Did you get? He gets one more before the lightweight title, maybe a Dariush, a Poirier. What do you think's next for Fiziev if he wins this? Because there's not
Yeah,
many options.
yeah, he would have to have another fight because this right here is just gonna let people. This is gonna introduce yourself to the UFC. Why? Nobody knows you. Nobody knows Rafael Fiziev. Nobody, bro. So watch this. You're fighting on the co-main event spot, the biggest rematch or trilogy fight. One of the biggest ones. Kamaru Usman. Everybody's gonna be paying attention to that. You're fighting Justin Gaethje. You win him, you're gonna get a name now, but you're barely about to get a name. Nobody's gonna know you. So for you to fight for the belt right now, nah, you need to get another win after this, and it has to be like against that other type tier.
Yep. No, I feel that. I think one more would be good as well. But let's move it on, man. We got the main event here. Like we've been saying, the trilogy. Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. Leon Edwards coming into this one as a plus 200 dog. Kamaru Usman coming into this one as a minus 250 favorite. Well, what's your input on this one?
Man, so this is the third time they fought. I think this is going to be a way different fight than any of the two fights. All right, like any of them. I think now these guys are coming out to both finish each other. They don't want to go the distance. They want to show, hey, I'm actually better than you, and this is how you solve it. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I like Kamaru Usman all day. I like him to win inside the distance as well. I can see him finish him in round 3. It's something about this guy, like the way that he carries himself, the way that he composes himself, the way that he answers his questions, is everything is methodical and thought of. Same way that he's fight. Just within the last 2 years, he's been getting better striking, putting people out. He's never had that before. So you add that in with all the skills that he had before, he's the dangerous that he's ever been. Um, I hear a lot of people liking Leon Edwards out there. I get it. And Leon Edwards is going to go out there and try to finish him. Leon Edwards knows if I go out there and just fight the way that I fought before, I'm going to get dominated again. I'm not doing that. So you got a way different vicious Leon Edwards in this fight. A lot of fighters that go to fight Kamaru Usman, they don't fight to win. They fight not to get beat. Leon Edwards is coming out to fight to finish him. So that's a whole different animal in this one. So I think this fight's going to finish. I know it's not. I don't think it's going the distance. I got Kamaru Usman to win inside the distance. I'm the
How
guy.
does
I
that
take
happen though?
Kamaru.
He chokes
Huh?
him or knocks him out? How does that happen though? How does Usman finish Leon? I just don't see it.
Uh, left cross,
You think he
round 3.
sleeps him?
Yeah, sleeps him, bro.
Oh my god!
Like,
All
like,
right,
like,
shit.
like the way, like Usman's like, bro. He's like when I fought Jorge Masvidal, I wanted to do some violent things in that fight. So I went out there. I was fighting in Florida. I'm a Floridian. I got booed. You know, he was like, but I felt vicious. I wanted to do some vicious things. He was like, this week I'm feeling vicious. I want to do some violent things, and I'm just like, he's locked in, and he's convincing me. So I'm just like, bruh, like it's nothing. Like in that last fight, he just was beating him, dominating him, just like, all right, cool, just another fight, you know, like, all right, it's just another basketball game. I just dropped 30 points. I ain't gonna go for 50. I could go this time. He's over here like, bro, I'm dropping 100. I'm doing the Wilt Chamberlain. Somebody's Edwards. Edwards is a good bet.
Hey, we getting some lag here, Mills. We getting some lag. I'm gonna
Take it
roll
over.
through my pick and then we'll get back to you. But I mean, interesting points made there by Mills. I don't see how Usman finishes Leon Edwards, but you know we will see. I mean, the downsides for Usman. Let's just get to it. I mean, he's getting older, 35 years old. He's got bad knees, and he got brutally knocked down in that last fight. I mean, his eyes were open. He was sleeping. He was sleeping. His eyes were open. That's how you know it's bad. And KOs like that change fighters, but at the end of the day, it's still Kamaru Usman. I mean, he was beating Leon Edwards the whole fight, and you know, he got caught. But I like Kamaru Usman as well. But I'm on the whole other side, man. I think he fights smart. I don't think he goes for broke. I think this isn't a decision. Um, Kamaru Usman via decision by play all day. But hey, if Mills thinks he sleeps Leon Edwards, it's a risky play. But let's see what that would be actually here. Um, and I think you're not lagging if you have any more points on that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just this, man. Like,
Plus 310.
I
That ain't bad.
I don't I don't think that we're gonna see the same Kamara Usman even. You know, I think we're gonna see him going out there really trying to put everything into it for these first 15 minutes, and then knowing, all right, cool. If I need to, I could put my foot on the gas tank and just float around for the last 2 rounds. So I see violence, man. I don't see, and then finishing him in his hometown is like, bruh, what more do you want? You know, so yeah, I get it though. The bad knees, man,
I feel you.
yeah, man,
Like, we'll see.
it's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a good one. But yeah, bro, let's get into our best plays here. Dogs, parlays. You got a dog that on your mind that you're looking to give out?
Yeah, man, best underdog on the card gonna be Roman Dolidze for me. Go ahead and get that plus money right now. He's on a 4-fight win streak, I think, and he's finishing a lot of his opponents that he's fighting. And I mean, Vittori's not improving at all, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. He's a good average fighter for the division, but he's not improving. He's not doing anything out there. He's not finishing his opponents. You know, he's good at volume and good at putting the pace, but he's not improving as the years going. He's not submitting people. He's not doing new moves that we're like, oh wow, we haven't seen this before. So I'm not impressed. In other words, man. So give me Roman.
Yeah, I would say Marvin's becoming a gatekeeper in the middleweight division. You know what you're gonna get from him every single fight. So I feel that there. This is a crazy one. I don't like too many dogs on this card. I'm not gonna lie, but give me Justin Gaethje. I gave it out, so we're going with Gaethje here. Um, best pick. Who you got?
Best pick on the card. I'm gonna go ahead and go with da 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 da. Let me think. Let me go through some of the prelims in my mind. All right, best pick on the card. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Chris Duncan. He's fighting Omar Morales. It's like a -110 out there, -115. Uh, Former Contender Series fighter, former Bellator fighter, former Cage Warrior guy. Yeah, man, give me Chris Duncan. Yeah, give me Chris Duncan.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going. Kamal Usman, Leon Edwards. Fight goes the distance. get that at 160 minus 140, anywhere around there. So loving that fight to go the distance there. Parlay.
Bulletproof parlay time, man. I'm ready for you guys, man. I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. Give me Jack Shore money line. Give me Juliana Miller money line. Um, da 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 da. I forgot who else it was. Um, and then we'll go ahead and end it with Kamaru Usman. And yeah, that'd be my bulletproof parlay right there.
There you go. Okay, cool. So you said Juliana Miller, Jack Shore, and Kamaru Usman.
Yes, sir.
All right, I like it. Yeah, I got Usman, Jake Hadley, and Jack Shore. I feel like Jack Shore's gonna be money on a parlay there.
And then my favorite prop on the card is Juliana Miller wins inside the distance. That girl's a killer too. She's gonna be the first fight on the card kicking off. Yeah, man, I like some Juliana Miller to win inside the distance as well. She's a big favorite, like a minus 425. But that's how you slice it down and get your money right. Probably get out of like a minus 120, minus 115. But yeah, give me Juliana Miller wins inside the distance and then does the suck it Generation X to her opponent.
There we go. Yeah, we got Miller inside the distance at minus 110, so I like it. But awesome, Mills. You got any words for the people before we end this thing?
Yeah, man. One of the fights that's going on the card, you guys got to pay attention to Leron Murphy versus this guy. I forget his last name. Might be Santos, former LFA champion. That's going to be one of the banger fights on the card. Another banger fight on the card, Dusko Tarakovic versus Christopher Duncan, Leroy Duncan. That's going to be a banger on the card too as well. So, yeah, man, you got some heavy hitters on the card too. You got Muhammad Makayev on the card. Yeah, you got Jack Shore on the card. You got some real heavy hitters on the card. But go ahead. I got premiums going up on the site. I got one up there already for UFC. Besides that, I'm going to have like 2 or 3 more plays up there in a parlay to get you guys paid as well. I got 2 plays in the NBA up there as well for you guys today. So let's keep it going, man. Brad, what you got for him?
Yes, sir. Yup, I'll be having some UFC plays posted on there tomorrow. I got my best college basketball play going on tonight, $15 on the site. It's my favorite play in any sport tonight, so check that out. Other than that, follow Mills on MMA Locker Room on Twitter, Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Brad Wins Bets. We'll catch you guys next UFC card. Peace.
Peace.